Um, we're gonna try to finish up. I didn't get a chance to do this. I had a couple of clients reach out. But what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna skip over and go to these selective. I'll work on these five things after the presentation. I'll get all this stuff implemented. But let's go ahead, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and run uh the um the model as well. So I'll take about an hour or two and work with everything. So tomorrow we should have a working prompt and a working PDF model. I'm gonna try to have both of those done. I should have a break. Should have a break until Thursday. All right, so yeah, I'll get some of this stuff implemented. So what I want to do is I want to find a place. Did I choose real asset market? All right, so I think I want to go to the score. Let's do this. Let me pull up a did I skip anything? Yeah, if we have time, I will go and introduce some more stuff, but I think that's it for now. All right, so I was looking for a place to put the trend. Couldn't find it. And all I really want the model to do is just reprint. That's literally what I wanted to do is just reprint the trend. And I think I'm gonna put it because the trend is introduced right here. But it should give me the actual trend, just a regular printout of the table. That's all I want is just to reprint the table. Because the preliminary stack is the one that introduces the trend. But when we're going over the catalyst, I wanted to just reprint the table. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to do anything else. Just reprint, and I don't know where to put it though. There's a catalyst. Here's our fellowship. But there should be a trend here somewhere. Hold on. There should be a trend here, man. Give me a second. They're going through all the trend calculations, but I wanted to reprint the trend table and then start giving the calculations. All right, I'll have to work on it afterwards. All right, let's get down to what we got. You would think that would be a lot easier to do. Um, so now I want to put in the safe havens, the real markets, the equivalents, the inverted. All right, so inverted market can't go in yet. That would have to be in the inverted model. We're gonna get to the inverted guys after the Nvidia trades over on Thursday, Friday. We're most likely gonna start the inverted on Monday. We're gonna get through updating the fellowship and updating the Nvidia model this week, and then we'll start working on the inverted model on Monday. So I'm gonna actually hold off on this part. Select the inverted market, but I should be able to at least get the equivalents, like all the ETFs or currency markets or whatever it's gonna do. We'll get the equivalents, but let's put in safe havens, real assets, and equivalents. See, this is also inverted. Not gonna do that yet. So let's at least try to do these three today: the safe havens, the real assets, and the equivalent markets. And like I said, the rest of the stuff I will add off the presentation, and it'll just be ready for us tomorrow. So safe havens. Do I have safe havens in here? Yeah, yeah, under the four horsemen. So what I need, well, this is the input. Let's get that in mind. This is the data coming in. I need the output. Um, mm, 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 mm. These are all scores. There's our 6 month trend. It's not 2.0. Yeah, 2.0. Um, I'm looking for the score. Here's kind of the rundown. So I got to figure out where to put this. So this is what I'm looking at. They calculate the score with all the safety criteria, and then now they can do the output on different ways that you can trade. So I think here is where you put in the like a if then. If score is below X, um, if all scores are below X or bearish or unsafe, um, provide a safe haven allocation. And like I said, these are just notes, guys. I basically made this a 2.0 that has all the notes in it. So we'll be able to grab all of these notes and then incorporate it into our our prompt as we have the AI rebuild it. So this is the original. I'm actually going to close this. So we don't want to lose our 1.0. So our 2.0 is just a lot of changes. So I'm not going to run this, but I just want to have the notes in different places. So that's basically what I want. I wanted to provide a safe haven allocation. And I probably outline it. Bonds, gold, um, currency, and I guess I can put oil. So same thing with this one. We'll make this 8. These are based on all the scores. So if I don't know which score. I gotta find out which score. Oh no, I got it would be the real assets. So if it goes through the real assets, give me a second. Select a real asset market to trade. I gotta word this better. If analysis shows the index futures have a low probability uh bearish sentiment, short signals, select a real asset market to trade. So what are those 5 that we have? Corporate shares, bonds, currency futures, commodity futures. All right, and then we copy this again, make it number 9. If analysis shows um, real asset markets have a low probability bearish sentiment shorting signals, select a equivalent market based on. All right, so here's what we got. First off, we want to know if like, because keep in mind our primary focus is the index futures. It always has been. It basically always will be. That's our default, right? That's our safest um market to trade. So we're going to start there. But when we run this catalyst model and see where everything is at, and it spits out a low probability for the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq, we want the AI to automatically say, okay, we can't trade the index futures, so let's migrate over to the rest of the real asset markets, which are bonds, corporate shares, currency futures, and commodity futures. And it's going to give us a sentiment on that if it's a low probability, bearish sentiment, shorting. And then if it gives us those kind of reads on the real asset markets, number 9, we're going to have it switch over and give us an equivalent market. Does this make sense? Do I have to explain it again? Or even suggestions?
Yeah, that's awesome. So, like a safe haven is to say, okay, this is going to be the safe haven. This is where they're going at.
Yeah, exactly. If it's safe haven, then you shouldn't be trading at all. But we at least want the AI. And there's two ways we can use this. Number one, we can actually use the allocation ourselves, or we can use it as institutional positioning. We can see
Ah,
what the institutions are most likely going to do. Does that make sense?
yes.
So either way, we have an advantage. Because I told you, if you get inside that oil market or that oil ETF, if you get inside that bond market, if you get inside that currency market before the institutions come in, early entry, and like I said, it goes back to the wave. You want to be what the professional surfers are, because they're going to go where the waves are. So if you can get inside those markets before the wave hits, you can ride that momentum up. I'm creating scenarios where you can capitalize on the momentum. And if we can find out where the institutions are trading, where they're going to be rotating their money, easy money. All you got to do is sit there and wait for the wave. So that's the first level. Well, that's the second level. The first level is getting the grade on the index futures. The second wave is it's just a bad trade. And we're just going to say, okay, it's a bad trade. Go ahead and go. Here's your allocation. And then here's even the third scenario on the safe haven allocation. You don't have to use all four. You can choose any one of the four. You can put all your money into oil, all your money into bonds, all your money into gold, or all your money into some kind of a currency. If you want to do a nice allocation where you just keep your money safe, that's cool. But you also can just pick one. And I can probably even have the AI give us a percentage on which market is likely to increase the most. So it'll even give us a breakdown on those four markets, on the which one will move, which one will have the most, which one will have the most volatility. And like I said, this is all theoretical, guys. We don't know exactly what the AI is going to do, but so far the AI has done pretty well on our requests. The different requests that we've given AI over the 7 months we've been doing this, what, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 7 months. The AI has done a pretty good job at getting our request pretty much on point. So I think that we can kind of convince the AI or find a way to explain it where the AI will give us a grading system on here are the safe havens, and then here's the order of volatility that they will most likely have. And like I said, we can either use the whole allocation or just the highest one, or just the one that we know the most about, maybe even the one that our broker gives us access to. Because I also factor that in that you may not be able to trade the oil, you may not be able to trade the bonds. Whatever it is, you can go into the market that you have access to. So after the safe havens, if it's not a dead market or what or a dead trade, now um we can go into the real assets, the currencies, the bonds, the currency, I'm sorry, the corporate shares, the bonds, the currency futures, and the commodity futures. It'll go into there and tell us, which one is most likely to be volatile, profitable, all of that. Because keep in mind, once we select the market, I want to reiterate this, refocus that once the AI gives us the correct market, that's all we're doing. Which one of these markets is the best one to trade? Once we have the market locked, we can now run the positional model where we can find our levels, our entry, our stop loss, our break even, our something else I'm missing. But it'll run through all of that once we have the actual market. But we got to find the market before we can, run any kind of level, find entry and exits. All right, but that's that. Let me go ahead and check these off. Check and check. So out of all of this, I really don't know what to do with that aftermarket grade. I'm going to wait on that. I really want to implement this smart money analysis. So this will probably be the last thing we do, and I'll do everything else off. I got to find a place to put the smart money. That's right. We don't even have dark pool in here. So I have to go back to one of our original models because this one doesn't have it. Give me a second. I think it was the NVIDIA model. No, let me go back to NVIDIA. Nope, dark's not in here either. Let me check the prompts. I know I saw it. Give me a second. It's here somewhere. Huh. Oh, I saw it. I think it's on the prompt. It's in the prompt. Give me a second. Still nothing. Huh. I saw it yesterday where it said dark pool. Where did I see that? Was it here in the echoes? Oh yeah, yeah, right here, right here. Block trade dark pool. All right. Let's see. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Perplexity, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. I'm gonna ask AI. I gotta ask AI. There's no other way to do this because so far, when we run our dark pool, because the AI gave us the suggestion on including dark pool. I never did that. The AI told us it was going to go out and look for smart money. So here's what I want to do. I basically want to ask AI, how do I access smart money? I am building an AI analysis, stock market analysis model. I want to include smart money, tracing, including block trades, dark pools. What are some other ones? And I guess I can copy all of these, huh? Including venture capitalists, safe haven. So I'm going to tell it to build a sample, or no, I'm just not a sample. Build a model. All right, so I got to find a word for this. Maybe you guys can help me. Um, Components. Let's use that. Build a component. I got to find a way to word it because basically what I want the AI to do is I don't want the AI to build the whole model for me. I just want to build that component of it. I will feed a company or market ticker into the analysis and want a score and want scores based on, and we also did this right. So let me go back. This goes back to what we just had. I want scores based on give me a second, let me find it. Probability, sentiment, signals. Well, you know where I should go get this? Inside the rhetorical. The rhetorical model had all those probabilities. So let me go back to that. Remember all those probabilities right here? Bullish sentiment, strong momentum, expectation, institutional manipulation, institutional traps, trader reaction. So let me go on and get all these. So these are all the scores that we want. Um, I will, I am building the complete model in sections. In separate components. There we go. So build a component for identifying smart money. Identifying and grading. And let's see what happens. I'm also going to copy this into like Grok or DeepSeek. So let's go to Grok. We'll run it there as well. And then I'll do Quinn. All right, let's see what we got. For a given ticker or index, produce a smart money profile. Smart money present score, sentiment, net bull or bearish, bullish signal strength, momentum quality, true accumulation versus fake, expectation bias, institutional manipulation probability, trap risk, trader reaction bias. Core inputs per symbol, per look back, price volume. And like I said, we're gonna find a way to qualify all of the volume. We haven't given it those parameters yet, where we don't use technical analysis. But once again, we can still use it as a sentiment analysis. And I'm going to tell the AI that when we start to, because right now I'm just getting the component. When I pull this component and put it in our actual model, I will give it those that qualification of what are we going to use the price volume and all even when I build the 5-point volatility, what are we actually using that for? We're only using, and I mentioned this yesterday, we're only using it for analysis of sentiment. And as soon as I tell, and I know because I've already done this before with the AI. When I tell the AI that we don't use technical analysis because of the levels of inaccuracy, it knows exactly what I'm talking about. So it will adjust and only use those for sentiment purposes. So here's why I put that in, guys. Here's why I put that in. I want you to pay attention. because I got to figure out how do we access the block trades. So I'm going to ask you point blank, what are some suggestions on accessing the block trade or dark pool data? For this model that the AI can access? I always have a hard time spelling access. All right, what are some suggestions on gathering the block trade or dark pool data for this model that the AI can access? This is where we get into it. So we'll run that on all three. All right, there are three realistic paths for block trade dark pool data your AI can use: commercial APIs, retail oriented services with APIs, and free delayed regulatory data that can pre-process yourself, that you can pre-process yourself. Below is how to approach each: commercial, market data, APIs. These are the cleanest if you want program. See, and that's the thing. I gotta tell the AI, um, this model will not be code based. It will only be used through the AI dialogue. Is there a better way to word that, guys? Mm.
Speech pattern and language model.
Um, I want to convey, and I basically want to determine if AI dialogue is a good description for the AI to understand that we're just going to use, and there is a term for it that we used last week. I just don't remember it. And I've done this before where I try to go back and find it, and I just don't have any success. But I did use a terminology last week that the AI understood, and it wasn't AI dialogue. Um, Generative. Transmission. All right, this model will not be code-based. It will only be analyzed through the generative AI dialogue through instructional prompts. Hopefully that description is good enough. Uh, give suggestions on gathering the block trades based on these criteria. All right, so let's grab that. Yep, it's everybody's talking APIs. So let's go ahead and run it on Grok. Yep, they're talking Python over here too. So let's go and run that on this. So let's go back. All right, you can design this so the AI only ever sees text or tables, not raw feeds. The key is to use platforms that let you export or copy block trade dark pool data. So they're even telling me that I got to go get it myself. Does everybody see this? Cheddarflow provides real-time historical data dark pool data and explicitly supports exported dark pool trades. So what do you guys think I'm going to do? If it's telling me Cheddarflow has all this information, so here's the next thing. Provide a list of alternatives to Cheddarflow. What do you guys think I'm going to do with this?
Find something comparable to it.
I'm going to tell the AI to go get it from Cheddarflow. I'm going to tell the AI to go get it from Flow Algo. Now, it may not do it, but as we showed last week, the AI will go behind the paywalls. So I can make a list of all of these websites. The Cheddarflow. What else they give? Insider Finance, Flow Algo, Unusual Whales, Titanflow, Flow Trade, Trend Spider. I can make an entire list of those websites, and I can tell it to now go pull the smart money data from those websites, and we just see if the AI will do it. Does this make sense?
Yeah, because you don't want the AI to be relying on you. You want the AI to be relying on the information you're giving it and where it's getting its source from, especially since we go into dark pools and we don't know where they're getting it from. So I guess we got to make a note of these little with that flow and that cheddar because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of the Cheddarflow, just in my analysis, but that's my thing. I don't know if the AI will go to the websites and pull it. But we ran a test last week, right? And it showed enough. It went behind the paywall and it got us the information. Now, let me tell you what this is based on. And this is something that I know with spidering. So the reason why the AI, if you remember the test, we took it to Wall Street Journal, we took it to Bloomberg, and it basically reprinted. If there was an article behind a paywall, it reprinted it and it removed the paywall. Why was it able to do that? Which I told you months ago when it first did it. It goes into the HTML. So to remove it from the front end, it's just some coding. It's on the page. The HTML has the code. There's just another piece of code that removes it from the page so that we can't view it. So if it's seeing all of the data in the HTML, it's just going to rebuild the HTML without that piece of code that hides it. So it should be able to go and look at anything that's HTML or I'm trying to find some other coding languages, but it should be able to go and then let me give you a description. So there are thousands of people on all of these websites. Pay attention. There are thousands of people on all these websites posting different pieces of information. So even when those people are posting, like Reddit, if they're posting on a forum or anything like that, that's HTML code. As soon as they hit send and it posts, that's HTML code. So that's what I mean, is that there may be people posting the algorithm or the database may be generating HTML code. So there may be a lot of data on those websites. So we're going to have the AI go out there and pull that information. Let me give you an example. If there are, let's take Reddit. Like we're going to do retail trading. If we're doing retail trading and there are two traders dialoguing, and sometimes there are institutional traders that will go to Reddit. Well, let's just say there's two retail traders dialoguing back and forth on what trade they're going to put in. And this is exactly what the institutions do. They have robots that will go out to the Reddit and they'll find these dialogues. They have algorithms and robots that will go out there. They're looking for keywords, and they'll go out there and they'll find this dialogue. So we're doing something similar. But if there are two retail traders conversating on Reddit, and we're telling our AI to go out to that particular website and find those keywords, it's going to come back. And we know we can do this because we've been doing this for months on Grok. We give it all those different websites, and it goes out. Literally, it'll quote Twitter. It'll quote Reddit. We've seen this before. And we don't even tell it to give us the quotes. We just say, go out and get us the information. Go out and get us the sentiment. Go out and get us the echo. It'll go out and find the quotes. So if we're telling it to go to these websites, it's going to pull something. Does this make sense? Let me give you the easiest way to do this so that you guys will understand. I've been going to Grok and running this, and because that's really what our preliminary model is based on. We had a sentiment model, or that we just went out and found recent articles from, and we gave a whole list from Bloomberg all the way down to Twitter and TikTok and Reddit, all of that. And then it just brought back data. Well, what if I took that same scenario where I said, okay, go out and find, what was the original? Let's go out and find the original news. Give me a second. 5-day news. What if I took this, give me a list of viral news articles in the last 5 business days about the economy and the stock market? What if I changed this? What if I took all of those? Actually, let's go ahead and rebuild it. Watch this. I'm going to show you exactly what it's going to look like. So I'm going to take Cheddar Flow. Watch this, guys. I got Cheddar Flow. I'm going to get rid of the secondary markets. Flow Algo. What if I told it to go out to these websites and look for institutional sentiment? Does everybody see what I'm doing?
Yeah, because you're innocently asking where the dark pool's at without asking where the dark pool's at.
You got it. Titan Flow, it's literally the exact same thing. Go out and get me articles. Now I can change this more so to what we're looking for. You know, all of those things that I put in the I'll show it to you in a minute. Give me a second. So here's all the ones we have. I can get rid of this. Did I have any else? A trend spider. Did I miss anything? So now we want to go back and get give me a second. Yeah, right here. Venture capitalists all the way into dark pools. Give me a list of uh posts in the last 7 days dealing with venture capitalists, safe haven retreating, sector rotation, hedging, block trades, and dark pools. This is all we're doing, guys. And then I'm giving it the primary sources to go to. Does everybody see this? We're using these posts to establish the sentiment of institutional positioning. It's literally the exact same thing. And it's going to go out there and get us articles and posts of different things it's doing. Sound off if you understand this.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have gotten these primary sources without have inquiring about it. So it's like
Yes.
you got to have an inquiring prompt before you get the sources, and then you go to the source and just have them pull that information from the last business day.
You got to prime it to think in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Right.
And we talked about that last week about maturing. Remember we said about maturing? We got to give it all the information it needs. Because right now it doesn't have it, so it's going to tell us to go pull it. And then the amateur AI engineer is gonna take AI's words and now they're gonna go out and try to find the information. Nope. We've been doing this too long. We should at least test it to see if the AI will get it. So give me now. Let me also reiterate something yesterday. Remember, I say that the AI does certain things where it breaks certain rules and it does certain things on its own. What did I say yesterday? That still comes back to the engineer. There's something they didn't put in the prompt because it's only going to output pieces that are missing. So if when people are saying that the AI is being disobedient or it's not following the prompt, there's a reason why. You haven't given enough parameters. You want the AI to move exactly in the direction that you want. And if it's deviating from the direction you're trying to put it, you haven't put enough parameters in place to keep the AI on task. Or you've given it too many parameters where it'll also, get distracted. So that's all we're doing. We're building these rails to keep the AI flowing in one direction. And if it stalls out, we got to find a way to keep it going. And the best way to keep it going is to ask the AI what it needs. What do you need to get over this? So this is what it will look like. Now, here's the thing. I got to modify this because, I just want to use that particular prompt to kind of show you that it's literally the same thing. So what I would do is I would probably copy this. And I got to find a better word. All right, let's go back. Replace the following into the model. Find activity. That's the word for it. Find institutional investment leaders, hedge funds, and high frequency trading firms. In the last 3 days. Let's shrink that down. Find activity from institutions, investment leaders, hedge funds, and high frequency trading firms in the last 3 business days, dealing with venture capitalists, safe havens retreating, sector rotations, hedging, block trades, and dark pools. We are using this activity to establish a sentiment of institutional positioning. Sentiment or positioning. I'm going to put planning as well. Um, so replace all coding because I wanted to remove all that coding. We're not doing any coding. Remove all coding with the following component in the smart money model. Now I want to see if it gave me, because I did tell it that we're only doing this on the front end. See, that's the API. Oh, that's exported. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. All right, here we go. So give me a second. It's here it's here somewhere. You can design this so the AI only sees text and tables. See right here, download the data set from the web page. And this is what I was saying, that you can tell it to go in. We're actually going to do that. Remove the coding, find activity. We're going to put gather the data set from the web page. And I'm going to put platform. And include it in the analysis. All right, let's run this, guys. Let's see what we got. We'll run this on the rest of these as well. Let's see here. Smart money institutional activity component, prompt only, institutional stimulus monitor, natural language definition is used in the model. Find activity, primary sources, use this block as a fixed component description in your master prompt. How the human gathers data, no code. Before each analysis, you or an analyst do the following for the target ticker, sector, and index. Open the primary source. See, it's giving, notice how it's giving me the instructions on what I need to do. Nope. We're going to go to the next one. We're going to see if there's any AI that's going to pick this up and say, I can do it. They even gave us the template, the prompt. And they're doing the same thing, copy and paste. I don't want copy and paste. I want you to go get it. So now here's once again the question. What are some ways that the AI will pull the data set where the user doesn't have to? Like I said, if you stall out, you got to keep moving forward. Ask the AI what you need. It will tell you. Now, notice that I'm not using ChatGPT, I'm not using Gemini, I'm not using Claude, and I'm not using Kimi. Those are my main ones. But if I don't get the success that I'm looking for on this lower tier, I will copy this over to the higher ones to see if we get a better read. All right. The only way the AI can pull data from those platforms without you manually copy pasting is to give the AI some automated interface to them. Since your analysis layer is prompt only, no custom coding inside the model, the automation has to live outside the AI and then feed summarized text into the conversation. Here's some realistic ways to do that. Use browser, RPA bots to scrape dashboards, set up a robotic process or browser automation bot that logs into Cheddarflow, Flow Algo, all of these platforms, captures the needed tables, and outputs a text summary the AI can read. So I'm looking for a scraper. Can I tell AI to create a prompt only scraper?
Can you use scraper, or is there a synonym for it?
No. It's they want you to they want to go to a website and scrape all the data off the website. So I'm gonna tell generate a model that incorporates a prompt only scraper to pull data sets from, and I'm gonna put the websites in again. Generate a model that incorporates a prompt only scraper to pull data sets from. So here's something else that I want to do, because these are the ones that may be behind a paywall. So let's go ahead and create a secondary source of forums. So let's go ahead and ask AI for that first. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. Institutions, high frequency firm. That's what I need right there. What are some forums where institutions, investment leaders, hedge funds, high frequency trading firms will discuss um, allocations, positioning, I'm missing something. Um, rotations. Is that everything? Oh, hedging. Whatever websites they give me, I'm going to use as a secondary. Basically, what I'm asking, remember I say that the institutions will go to Reddit and they will spy on the retail traders. I'm basically asking where is the where is that Reddit type of forum for institutions that we can go spy on them? Everybody see this? If they can go to Reddit and do it to the retail traders, then we should be able to go to their forums and do it to them. Some zero. Managed Funds Association member forum. Did I just unlock the cheat code? You wanted to find the smart money. Here it is. Does this make sense to you guys?
Yeah, first of its kind to put a format together of echoes, or at least scraping where the echoes are coming from and from the institutions.
Yeah. So we put Sub-Zero here. Institutional investor events and knowledge base. Managed Funds Association member forums. Indirect Bloomberg terminal chats. Now, like I said, I don't know what's behind a paywall. I'm letting the AI figure all that out. And I want you to notice that I'm not putting in any .coms or .orgs because there may be other platforms that do the same thing. I'm not going to limit it to the, because they do give it to me right here. You see this? They give me the websites, guys, but I don't want the website. I just want the title, because there may be other websites out there that'll do the same thing. See how it gives the Wall Street Oasis? This is all Discord. So this is tier 3. So let's change it. Tier 1. Tier 2 sources. And now we do a tier 3 sources. You guys wanted to build a smart money. Here it is. Oh, hold on. Give me that back. TechCrunch. Digital Oasis. So these are all tier 3s. Is everybody with me? We just created the smart money.
It's going to be interesting to put it in actual application on the topic.
Yeah.
Following the position.
It's giving me the prompt that we can use. When evaluating institutional sentiment from provided excerpts, some zero research from verified buy-side analysts, weight 100%. You see the weight on this? 80% on transcripts, 60% on article quoting, 50% on earning calls, 0% on the Reddit. I love it. They even give us the source weighting. I'll love it. Now let me go back and see where this goes, the smart money. So I guess it goes, I was trying to put it inside of the catalyst. But this looks like this looks like another stack. Oh, this looks like another stack, a separate one. And I only say that because I don't want to give I don't want to give the engine too much to do. But you know what, guys? I might be able to add this to the preliminary. Yes. Wouldn't this be better in the preliminary?
I said yesterday, yeah, the preliminary is the actual the rock to start the snowball.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because
it's the actual because that's what you're going to need to be before you get positioning.
yeah, because we're already, because remember the preliminary was the viral news prompt. So while it's out there gathering the information, it can also be gathering the institutional information. And I love that. Here's why that works. Because if we run the echo model after this, it'll filter out everything, especially those tier threes. Ooh, I love it. So yes, it's better to add this to the preliminary. Let me pull that up. Mark Money. Mark Money. All right, so let's go ahead and where we at? Okay. Um, we still got to scrape. Build Generate a model that incorporates a prompt-only scraper for the following data sets. So let's go ahead and put in all three tiers. I forgot about that part. And I'm also going to put in we're also going to put this in as well. The source weighting. Anything else we need? Do you guys see the benefit of running it on multiple AIs? Because I'm just copying different pieces. So give me this proxy. I don't know what this half the stuff is, but we're gonna put it all in there. Give it everything it needs. All right, it didn't give me output for. Oh, got it right here. All right, guys. I think it's time to run it. So run that. Run this. And run this. See how it's calling it a virtual scraper? So it may not be doing it. Conceptually pull data sets. Does everybody see this? It's trying to run a simulation. No, sir. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and take these because we're coming up at the end of this. I'm gonna go ahead and run this model on our ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. We got a pretty good model. So let me go back and get all of the different prompts that we used as we built this. So let's pull this one. Let me save this now first. I gotta put in this stuff. Well, yeah, we gotta do that first. Right here, we put tier. Source in, sources, sources. And then here, we'll do our source weight guideline. And then we'll put in our proxy extraction. And let me pull that from but yeah, I don't like this virtual.
Do you have to tell to avoid virtual and simulation?
Don't, but I understand what it's doing. It still doesn't want to commit to doing the work. They're basically just saying that they don't have access. But they should have access to tier 2 and 3, right? At least tier 3. They should definitely have access to tier 3. So that's why I'm going to run it on ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. See if we can get a better output. And I'm going to include no virtual. See right here. So the scraper is in this model is the user or an external bot pastes text into the prompt along with its source tag. And the AI behaves as if it has just scraped that platform. It still wants me to do it. Does everybody see this? The user pastes the text. the AI behaves as if it did it. That's not what I asked it to do.
It may be some type of limitation with these open sources. I mean, we do at the end of the day have a finite window with all this free.
Yeah, with the
Uh,
free version. So yeah,
mhm.
so I'm gonna run it on the stronger platforms to see if I can get around this virtual scraper. So I think I built it here. Has all the levels. But I did have some other dialogue, right? I give it some other parameters. So this is what we'll do. Um, gather data sets for smart money tracing, including venture capital. So yeah, there's that. Then I can put the task find ways that the AI can pull the data sets from the platform where the user doesn't have to. Do not treat this as a virtual scraper or simulation. The analysis model should be a live assessment of smart money activity. So I want you to notice that I'm putting what the model is before I tell it what it's not. Does everybody see why I changed that? The analysis model should be a live assessment of smart money activity. Do not treat this as a virtual scraper or simulation. So there's our task. Let's go ahead and copy this into the chat GPT. Let's go ahead and copy this into Gemini. Should have ran this with thinking on, but next time. And let's go ahead and pull up our Claude. We don't really use Claude. Now with Claude, I got to specifically tell it no code. And I'm going to run it on Kimi also. Do not generate any code. This is a prompt only model. That's the term that they gave us, right? using a generative AI interface. Chatbots interface. And I'm going to do this for the same for Kimmy. So let me copy this. Is there a thinking? Yeah, extended thinking is on. So let's run that on Claude. And then now let's bring up Kimmy. Gotta have Kimmy. Gotta have Kimmy on. So let's run Kimmy as well. All right, last part, guys. Let's see what we got. You see how they have the APIs? And this is the reason why they're saying that we got to go get it. But I at least want to give it the chance to see if they can. See APIs. Confidence scoring. Man, if we can get to that information, this thing would be the bomb. Especially when I gave it to tier 3.
But what are we expecting it to tell us? I mean, besides just where the smart money is, it more of like an echoes, more of a
Well,
position?
well, yeah, that's why I used that original viral news prompt to kind of give you guys an understanding of what we're doing. We just wanted to go out and pull the data because keep in mind it's going to give us an original assessment of it being a catalyst. Is it a real catalyst? The reason why I want it in the preliminary is that after it pulls out all that data from all those sources, we can then run the echo model, and the echo model will filter all of that smart dialogue, all that smart money activity, and it will give us a probability and it'll grade us on if it's an echo, if it's real, because that's what that echo, that new echo prompt. If you remember, guys, we updated the echo where it goes and it filters all of the data to make sure that because it goes and hunts it out, it verifies the source, so it's doing everything for us. But we got to pull it first. We're pulling it in the preliminary, regular data from the news, but we're also pulling the institutional information as well. Then we're going to run it, filter it through the echo to find out what's real, what's not, what's manipulated, what's organic. And then we go into our catalysts, because one of those institutional activity may be a catalyst as well. So that's the reason why I want it in the preliminary. We're gonna pull it first. We're gonna filter it through the echo. We're gonna determine if it's a catalyst, and then we're gonna run everything else. My only issue with this is that now here's something that I'm probably going to do off market. I'm going to get rid of source 1. I'm going to get rid of tier 1 and tier 2. I'm just going to run the tier 3. It should not give me that I got to do it. If I take out all the APIs, it should run tier 3. There's no reason why it can't go to Reddit and TradingView, and any of those other platforms. And I can even show it to you. There's no way it can't go to Wall Street Oasis. This is Reddit. No. This is actually a website called Wall Street Oasis. This is the Reddit, the TradingView ideas, any Discord and Slack trading groups. I know for a fact they can go to TechCrunch and DigitalOcean, and I have no idea what CityWire is. But it should at least be able to go to most of these tier 3s and pull data. So I'm gonna test it out on that to see if it would at least run the tier 3 or recognize the tier 3. I may even give it a couple of scenarios. I'll throw in the NVIDIA quarterly earnings and see if the smart money model will analyze it.